But tomorrow, do the same thing. We lock in, we focus, we reset. And today was one of those days where I didn't get a lot done personally, but it still felt like a win. Hey, if you don't know who I am, my name is Clive Morrison, business coach to Black men. And here I'm documenting my journey, building my cleaning business and building a coaching business. So here's what I learned today. Everybody on my team is an investment. Sometimes you don't get to check off the tasks that you want to do. But if I'm pouring into my people and they're leveling up, I know we're moving forward. Every skill they gain helps the company grow. So my big wins for today, one of them was I had a client that was stuck on pricing. And it was like a major roadblock because he was really focused on low ticket. But all the reason he was focused on low ticket was because he couldn't get over the mindset shift of selling something that was more expensive. But I said, not more expensive, more valuable. And now he's on the road to implementing that and executing that. So that felt good. What I didn't get done today, I didn't do as much outreach for the business, for the coaching program as I like to do, right? As I have for the set target of goals, reaching out to people on Instagram and making those connections. So that didn't happen because I was putting out fires, and a lot of things that we're building inside of the business systematically takes a lot of work. So it takes a lot of back and forth right now, but that's cool. Onboard a new client. So we have a client that's onboarding, so we're preparing for that as people start transitioning roles. So when they transition roles, we were getting our projects and our processes down pat, how we're executing them, what are we doing, how are we tracking, how we're updating. So it's just basically better task management. So we want to be more intentional and less reactive. But I want to make sure I'm shouting out my team on both sides. So one was one of our cleaners. So we have a new cleaner. She's been here about a week and a half. And she took care of a situation with a client. A client wanted to reschedule. She had gotten hurt, but then we said, so she had to go in there. She had to placate the client, talk to him. A lot of times you have cleaners that are good at what they do, but they don't like to talk to the clients. And sometimes people like to talk to clients, but they're not good at what they do. And seeing that combination grow, it's just the beginning, but seeing it grow is something to see that I could see growing. So that was great. Also want to shout out one of the VAs. So we were talking about the LinkedIn strategy for the Black businessman, for the coaching program. And for the past few days, we've been doing Instagram. Have you seen on there? We have the YouTube that's going on. And I was like, all right, what are we going to do for LinkedIn? She was like, well, we need a strategy. And all weekend, she was waiting on me for a strategy. Then Monday morning, she popped up, was like, yo, here goes the strategy. And not having to start with a blank slate, having something to review and say, okay, yeah, I like this. Let's change this. Let's go back. That was great. So that gave me something to go with. Now, today wasn't about me knocking off tasks. It was about me holding space so others could rise. And I understand that's part of my leadership as I'm growing this business, right? But I also know that I have to make sure I'm pouring to myself and make sure I get out of the day-to-day operations. But that takes time. We're growing a new business, right? So there's a lot going on. But tomorrow, do the same thing. We lock in, we focus, we reset. And I'm building something, and the team is building something, and we're building something amazing. But we also know that when we're building something amazing, there's a lot that's going to happen in there, right? Things that we want, so-called mistakes, and we're just executing and reviewing and planning and executing and reviewing. So that's all it is. But I always like to hear, what do you got? What are you brothers doing? How did your day go? What are some lessons that you learned today, right? Because we're not in there alone. We always talk about, isolation is the killer for business. If a brother is not in isolation, you're growing your business in isolation. A lot of times that's where it is. You're in an echo chamber. So if you're building something, let me know what you're building. Let's talk about it in the comments. Stay focused, stay blessed. Peace.